Alright. Next up, Mexico City. I don't know why I pronounced city like that. Now, given that we are in the, that's not right. Where the F does this roof piece go? Anyway, given that we're in the home stretch here of this, video game, chances are these last few videos are gonna be the longest in this series by a fair margin, so, you know, you've been warned. Having said that, I will do my best to mitigate that length as much as I can. Although I'm not doing a good job of that so far. That's just not right. Okay, that looks, finally, getting something that looks remotely correct. Oops, I need to put that. Okay, clearly it doesn't go there. Just trying to do these easy looking ceiling roof pieces first. Ceiling? What are words? We just don't know. Okay. Doing better. Where is the rest of this building is the question. A question that I endeavor to answer to the best of my scientific ability. I'm feeling pretty good right now. I went on a grocery run earlier. I had some Bojangles for lunch. I am thriving, moisturized in my lane, etc. Day's going pretty decent so far. And I'm sitting down to record some footage of one of my favorite puzzle games. Life is pretty okay at this instant in time. Could probably be better, but it could also be a lot worse, so I'll take what I can get at this juncture, and what I can get right now is pretty good, actually. Especially since I'm having an easier time with this puzzle than I suspected I would based on initial performance. She said, like this was a quarterly office report and not footage of a video game. Unedited footage of a video game. If you don't know what that's a reference to, somehow, go look up the YouTube video Unedited Footage of a Bear. It's an Adult Swim thing. It's very surreal. Kinda messed up. Surprisingly effective at what it does. Not that any of that is related to this. Is that correct? I don't think it is. I think these two pieces... I'm missing something obvious. Oh, there we go. Where do you go? Huh. I'm actually not sure. Probably right there. Hey! Alley and Houses, Zacatecas. Photographed by Adalberto Rios Szalay. Alright, so, really? The pineapple looks like it lines up, but not this other fruit here. So, I was going over my practice times earlier, you know, from my practice playthrough from several months ago, and this puzzle took me almost an entire hour, which is a little bit of time. That's like longer than any given episode of this series, basically. I'm not gonna let it run that long. I'm gonna give this 10 minutes. Maybe shorter, depending on how I'm feeling. We'll see. But I cannot in good conscience stay on one puzzle for an entire hour in any of these videos. Not even a Trickster's Challenge. I would feel too bad. Am I gonna be able to place any pieces? Okay, that's one at least. Take what I can get, I suppose. God, there are just so many pieces, and they're all so small, and... Somebody tell me how I got so small! Nice. I wish I had more to talk about right now, but the truth is, I just don't. My life is not the most exciting thing on the planet right now. I'm waiting for it to be more exciting when I leave for MFF in a few days. It's gonna be funny how often I mention MFF when this gets uploaded in like 2 weeks or whatever, and it will already have happened. Funny how time differences work out. When you just upload 2 of these videos a week, and not like 1 every day or whatever. I personally would not feel comfortable uploading videos at that pace. Don't know that I would even have that much time to do so, to be honest. Huh. This looks like it might line up, but clearly I'm mistaken. 'Cause it goes there. How many pieces have I placed? Like 3, 4? In about as many minutes? That's not stellar. You can see why this took me almost an hour. It's like some parts of it are so granular, it's just like... I've said this before, but it's just like, where do you even start? You know, it's taken me a while to play through this game on my channel, but I'm gonna be kind of sad when I'm done. Both because I love this game, and also because I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do after I finish uploading this, because thanks to Pandora's Box, I've had consistent uploads on my channel for the past few months now, and once this game is finished, that's gonna dry up real quick. I tried to say quick and fast at the same time, and it just didn't come out right. But you get the idea. I'm gonna have to find something else. I've got ideas for like stream playthroughs and stuff, but that's, I don't know, I consider stream playthroughs to be like different than Let's Plays, or the way I upload, the way I like categorize stream VODs on my channel and stuff, they're basically like a subcategory of Let's Play, where it's like, where I have to focus more on audience interaction. It's not just me talking to myself, although I have had streams where literally nobody has shown up. So sometimes that is in fact what's happening. But I don't know, it's a different vibe than something like this, where I prefer Let's Plays that like aren't blind playthroughs. I still watch those, but I prefer videos where like it's clear that the player has prior experience with the game and can like talk about it a little bit more in depth than they would be able to if it were a blind playthrough. Granted, I haven't been doing a lot of that lately because like we've already encountered all the puzzle types and there's only so much you can say about them when there are 350 of them in this game. I'm just gonna move on. Fruits and vegetables, photographed once again by Adalberto Rios Szalay. Ooh, a hint token. Don't mind if I do. This might be tricky. Had to clear my throat and get a drink for a second. Alright, well, first order of business, we gotta find out what the outer layer even is, and then we gotta get it out. So, gotta find the least blurry slices of this particular JPEG and go from there. Of course, the problem I'm facing with this is that this is a big-ass stone statue, it looks like, and all the pieces are different facets of said statue. I don't know why I said like facets. I was conflating facet and the word asset, I guess. Anyway. It can be hard to tell all this rock and stone apart. Like, I'm not even sure if these are correct. I think this goes here, actually. Let me just rotate these down. Like, maybe this goes here? I honestly am having a hard time telling. Oh, that goes there. And I think, like, this lines up, and... But beyond that... Well, I might be going through, might be going through more of these than I would like. To get it through this, to complete this city. I need to keep at least 6 of these for the final Tricksters challenge. Not that I want to use it for those, but I also don't want that to take like 2 hours or whatever. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and... Olmec head. Artist unknown. Just move on with our lives. This puzzle... Hello? There we go. This puzzle took me almost half an hour in my practice run through. I'll try not to let it go that long. It helps that I... Oops. It helps that I have an easier time with overlaps than rotoscopes, but... Or that, Jesse Strips puzzle that we effectively skipped, but we'll see. In the meantime... I don't know. I don't have anything in the meantime. I don't have anything lined up to discuss. Oop. I just have to rely on my own ingenuity. These pieces with the background slices in them are helpful, at least. Keeping it from feeling like impossible or whatever. It's still tough though. Riveting commentary, I know. There we go. Yeah. This isn't so bad, right? I feel like this is already in the correct orientation because of this. This looks like a roof fixture of some sort. Oops. Maybe I'll come back to that one later. I feel like if you count how many times, I feel like if you like were to go back through these videos and count how many times I said variations of the phrase, I'll come back to this particular piece later. But if you did that, the count would be pretty high. That's not like inherently a good thing or a bad thing. It's just is. I got distracted briefly because someone tried calling me, but I didn't recognize the number, and it said on the caller ID valid number, but it also didn't like say who it was, so like I'm not gonna answer that shit. Somebody has got to do something about the spam bot / spam caller epidemic that's happening in this country right now. I feel like nobody talks about that because we're all just used to it at this point, but it sucks. Oh, I was gonna put it like one spot over, but I guess that's not where it went. Fair enough. This definitely goes somewhere over here, but beyond that, I'm not certain. I was wrong. It goes like that. Never just assume things, kids. We all know what happens to people who assume. Or that's not how that particular phrase goes. You know what the phrase is something like, you know what assuming does. It makes an ass out of you and me, because like that's how you spell the word. My my elementary school self thought that was very clever when she first learned that, but I guess nowadays it comes off as a little silly. What a terribly interesting and not at all inane thing to talk about here in Microsoft Pandora's box for Windows 95 PCs. Okay. Maybe I should go for like a top-down approach. Find all the mountain and/or sky-related pieces first. Not the worst idea I've ever had, I guess. And background pieces too, of course. On the one hand, I don't want this to drag out for too long, but on the other hand, I seem to be doing pretty okay as far as making like reasonable amounts of progress over time. Like that. So maybe we'll just, maybe we'll all get to hang out on this particular puzzle for a while as a treat. It's kind of hard to tell what the orientation of this piece is. It's that, it turns out. I'm glad my brain is pretty good at just catching things without me thinking about them. Otherwise we'd be here doing this for a lot longer, I'm sure. Trying to find something to latch onto here. Nope. Ah. Almost missed that. I was gonna say, that clearly goes over here. That lined up with that, and that lines up with that. Let's see, another mountaintop piece. I don't know why I dragged out that syllable like that. Sometimes I just do things. We've been over this. Finding all these mountain pieces is making this a lot easier, I will say. Still taking a while, but... somehow not bothered by it. Yeah, come on, you little shit, where do you go? That was obviously not the correct rotation for that. This whole corner of this puzzle is going to be a problem. It is a problem, and it's going to be an ongoing problem until I can figure it out. I can tell. But maybe that's a problem for future cadenza. And by future cadenza, I mean, like, 5 minutes from now? Because when else would it be? Like, I'm doing this puzzle right this instant as we speak. Come on. This obviously goes somewhere over here, right? Oh, that does not look like it lined up, but I guess it does, and I'm silly. I'm silly with it? Just trying to follow these shapes in the wall, I guess. That also works. Yeah, I'm making good progress. I think. I'm doing pretty okay. I'm allowed to say that. This is my video. I'll say what I want within reason. Let's see. There we go. No? Okay. Cool. Stop me if you've heard this one before. With some of these, it's hard to tell what the right orientation is supposed to be. But I'm trying not to let that stop me to varying degrees of success. Success! I have played far too much Super Smash Bros. In my life. I hope the announcer guy was paid handsomely for his work. In all the games. I don't think it was the same guy doing the announcer in all the games. I'm guessing it was probably they got a different announcer for each game, but they all sound similar to one another. They all have that excited announcer voice. You know what I mean? Alright, I haven't placed a piece in a sec. It's been a hot minute. What is the difference between like a hot minute and a cold minute? Okay, good. I'm starting to get worried there. Like, people use the term hot minute, at least I use it, to describe something that hasn't happened in like a while. However much time you want to define that as. But like, you never hear people use the phrase cold minute. At least I don't hear that. Like, is that a thing? I feel like it should be, but at the same time, I don't know. Okay, I'll take that. I feel like it should be, but at the same time, I don't know what sort of context you would use that in. Maybe I'm just dumb. I don't know. I've been dumb about things before. That so looks like it goes there, but clearly it doesn't. Okay, that's helpful. At least a little bit. What is my neighbor's dog barking about? The world may never know. Least of all the dog, probably. Ah. Been wondering about that piece for a minute. Pieces troubling. A lot of troubling pieces here. Why did my stomach... my stomach just growled a little bit. It's like, I just ate not even 30 minutes ago. Please chill out. You have to feed me. No, I don't. I don't have to do shit. I mean, I do have to eat or I will literally die. That's part of the human experience, baby. You gotta eat food regularly or you will keel over. But my point is, sometimes my stomach will just do that. It'll just like start growling on its own for no reason, even though I just recently ate. It's, I don't know. Feedback that the food has been received, I guess. I don't know. Listen, I don't know things. I'm just a bird with a microphone. We've been over this. Although, I do know that I'm almost done with this puzzle. I'm doing pretty okay on that front, I think we can agree. And if we can't agree, well, okay, I guess. I don't know what to say to that. I guess nothing. It's like, I am objectively pretty close to finishing this puzzle, but like, I don't really have a response if you don't agree with what you see right in front of you. That's I don't know, not my problem. Sometimes people will just be contrarian, and there's not really anything you can do about it. Of course, that's not the hugest deal in cases like this. But that's neither here nor there, we're done. Desert homes in Mexico, photographed by Sexto Sol. A whole 6 minutes over my practice time, I think. So, yes, that took a while, but I feel pretty okay about that at least. Time to get in the image hole. Okay. These all look like roof fixtures. That's a palm tree. That's maybe a corner of a building. This object looks like it goes on a roof also. I don't know that it does, but it looks like it does. Nice. Do you go over here? Like right there. I think it does. Let me just slow it down. I want to make sure I get it absolutely lined up before I... Yes, I was correct. That's gonna be a pain in the ass to redo if I screw this puzzle up and have to start over. But that is a risk I literally have to take. Okay. Let's look for this next. I guess both of these. They're both like roof fixture type deals. And you go up here, I think. You've seen ample example. That's a fun rhyme. Ample example, ample example. You've seen many examples throughout this game, but the puzzle difficulty spread is pretty wide. Like, this is way easier than the puzzle we literally just did. Not that I'm complaining, mind you. I'm glad that this game has peaks and valleys, but it is amusing to both to see, hopefully, and to deal with firsthand. Just want to find this thing, and then I can start worrying about the palm tree, which I think will maybe be closer to the bottom of the picture. What would this go to? Yeah, I think the palm tree is right here, but I'm gonna place that last after I find this. Where could it be? I don't think it's like a stack of like roof tiling. Could be wrong on that, but I don't think that's what's happening. Is it this thing right here? It is. Cool. Hell yeah. Puerto Vallarta, photographed by Tremain. I shouldn't have tapped my hands on the desk there because now if I don't have the video audio and my commentary audio lined up literally down to the millisecond, that's going to sound a little off because it'll be mistimed with the music, and people are observant. I'm sure folks will probably notice. I guess that's a problem for future me. I'll be honest, I'm placing these very arbitrarily. That's not what I wanted, actually. Oh, son of a bitch, that's almost perfect. Damn it. Let's start over. Something tells me this isn't correct. Could be that's not in the right spot either. Again, you never know with interlocks if you're doing the right thing until literally the exact instant you solve the puzzle. There we go. Hey! Close-up of heron. Artist unknown. Man, herons are so cool because they got like they can shrink their necks way down into their head, and they can yeet it out. I think they do that to catch prey. I don't actually recall at this moment, but they got cool necks. That's what I was trying to say. A weird thing to say, I will grant you, but that is what I was going for. What is the right orientation of this here? There are a lot of pieces here. I think this is a torso? Maybe not. I've just got to find a good starting place, and then I'll be golden. The golden wind. I need to watch. Well, I don't need to watch technically, but I would like to. I still. Oh my god. Words. My brain failed me there. I would like to watch the Vento Oreo anime adaptation of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure at some point. I watched the first 4 arcs around when those were new, I think. But I never got around to part 5 because by the time that had come out, I think that was on Netflix. And by that point, I no longer had a Netflix account because I wasn't really using it for much. And then, of course, that also means by extension I never watched Stone Ocean either. And Stone Ocean is tied with Diamond is Unbreakable for being my favorite JoJo arc because I love the main 3 characters, Jolene, Hermes, and Foo Fighters. They're all great. And also, God, the fights are like just so bonkers in the best way. But yeah, all that is to say, I should get around to watching that, but at the same time, I don't know, I don't really want to sign up for a streaming service just to watch a single show and then cancel my subscription again. Because that's pretty much what I would end up doing. It seems like kind of a waste to me, you know? Don't really feel the need for streaming services much at all nowadays. Ceremonial painted Mexican women, Chiapa de Corzo, Mexico. Photographed again by Sexto Sol. But yeah, I don't really watch don't really feel the need for streaming services at the moment. Most of the things I watch in my free time are like YouTube videos or Twitch streams, you know, things of that nature. And I'm not saying that's like inherently superior or anything. That's just where my tastes have fallen over the years. Okay, so these are lined up, but they're also not in the right spot. I gotta find where they go. But also keep them together, if I can. Oops. Just need to get a solid foothold on this whole sky section, and then I'll have a good foundation to work from. But I don't have it right now. Okay, I also wasn't confident that that piece was best in this corner. I think it looks better here. Yeah. Yeah. Now we're cooking. Now we're getting somewhere. Okay, this is what I was talking about. This is what I needed. I guess you're just what I needed. I will be perfectly honest, I barely know any songs at all by The Cars. They're just not a band that I have looked into very much. A friend of mine likes them. I should maybe ask them for recommendations. Speaking of old bands, very recently, within the past couple of weeks here, I've started going through the studio discography of The Cure, which is a band that I previously don't really have a lot of experience with, and I'm not going to get into the reason why. It's kind of personal and also a bit of a bummer. You don't want to hear it, but it's taken me kind of a while. I'm going through it kind of slowly. So I've only listened to their first, like, 2 albums at this point. And they're fine. The second one is almost something I like, but I don't know, the songs are like... On both of their first two albums, they're like... The songwriting is like extremely bare bones, and there's... I'm not saying like simple songs are inherently bad or anything. That's not what I'm saying. But, yeah, I don't know, it just feels like there's something missing. Like, the band isn't fully there yet. I'm waiting for them to fully get there. Like, does that make sense? They haven't grown into themselves, I guess, is the best way to put it. Maybe that sounds confusing, I'm sorry. I'm not always the best at, explaining my opinions. But, again, I'm only 2 albums in. Mayan Temple of Inscriptions, photographed by Neil Beer. But yeah, I'm only like 2 hours in, so 2 albums in. So I'm sure they're not gonna stay that way forever. I just haven't hit the point where like the oh god, where the songwriting has like started being elevated yet, I guess. Okay, just one shape at a time. Okay, maybe two shapes at a time as a treat. If I can frickin'... Ugh. Sometimes these find and fills are so fiddly. I don't like when things are fiddly, both in video games and in general. God, there are a lot of people here. I'll be honest, I'm more confident about this shape than I am about the other one that I was doing. What do you know? That's like clearly a guy's sword, right? I'm just guessing about whether or not that's a leg. Ugh, words. Nah. Piss. I don't think I'm on the right track with this one. I need to start over once I fill in this other one. But in the meantime... Damn it. Alright. That's a problem. Any second now. That wasn't the magical solution I was hoping for. I need a drink. Had to wet my whistle. Do people say that? Is that a thing people say? I don't know. Let me just click somewhere totally arbitrarily. Sure. I don't want to, like, free puzzle token this, but I need to make some kind of headway. I don't want to be here all day. No. No. Thank you. God. These cylinders are so annoying. Who on the development team thought this was a good idea? Because I disagree. I disagree. I do not think that was a good idea. In fact, I think it was kind of a bad idea. I'll get back to you, don't you worry. I love having to wait the better part of 20 seconds every single time just to fill in this dang old shape. No? God. Especially when stuff like that happens and it just wastes more time. You know what? Screw this. Government House Murals, Chetumal, Mexico. Photographed by Adalberto Rios Szalay. God, that was just a lot of shapes. We would have been there for a minute. Alright. Hey, and we got the hint token, the free puzzle token back. And we're gonna get another one as soon as we solve this puzzle. I wonder what puzzle this could possibly be of. Do you have any ideas? Sound off in the comments below if you have any idea as to what this could possibly be. I'll tell you whether or not you're correct. Okay, we got some feathers going on here. Looks like tail feathers, maybe. Stop being picky and just let me grab the dang puzzle piece. This looks like it goes somewhere in this section. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe I should be looking for more obvious pieces like this one. Yeah, there we go. I'm clearly clicking directly on the piece. Don't do that to me, video game, please. Stop that. God. Maybe I'll come back to those. Okay, we got... There we go. There are a lot of pieces, and I'm getting the vibe that a lot of them are kind of ambiguous as to where they're supposed to go. We might be here for a minute, y'all. But it's the last puzzle of Mexico City, so I will try and get through it as quickly as I can. No? Okay, this is part of the beak at least, so... At least I'm assuming it's part of the beak. I assumed correctly. That's an eyeball. No, no. Not... For Pete's sake. I love this game, but it makes me want to swear sometimes. Give me the piece. Give me the piece! Thank you. I was getting for real irritated for a second there, like, god damn it, just do what I want you to do. Alright. Finally, some actual progress. happy day. I was gonna say no, doesn't go there. Okay. Ah, that makes sense. Okay. Which means this one goes somewhere over here. Yeah! Making progress. Okay, got another beak piece. A beast, if you will. And just a lot of plumage ones. Plumage is a fun word. I like it. It's a pity I don't get the excuse to use it more often in my day-to-day life. I mean, you really only use the word in the context of birds, you know? Because not many other creatures on this earth have plumage to begin with. That's like almost exclusively the domains of birds. Not that I'm complaining about it. Not that I have a reason to complain about it. I have the least amount of reason to complain about it of all, being a bird of myself. At least a pretend bird, anyway. You know how it is. I'm not a bird, I just play one on TV. I'm really not sure where these ones go. That have like these red bits. Something tells me it's going to be annoying to find the right spots for most of the rest of these, I say as I get one. Okay, I'll take it. Okay, let's see. I think I've tried that spot already, whatever. There we go. Some of these spots are like really, really precise for whatever reason. Aha! Shit. Didn't mean to put that there. You think you know where a piece goes, and then it demonstrably doesn't go anywhere that you think it does. I'm kind of trying to save the tail feathers for last because, cool. That seems like it'll be the biggest pain in the ass, if I'm being honest, and I try to be, generally speaking. I just don't really have a reason to lie most of the time, like in general. It just doesn't come up very often, which, not gonna complain about that. Not gonna complain about that either. almost done with this thing. Happy about that. And I think I know where this one goes. Yeah. Yeah, buddy. Buddy boy. Who's buddy boy? Don't ask. That's secret information, only for me to know. No. I was like, come on. Just give me the piece. What is that spot? Maybe I'll come back to that one. It might seem like this is taking a while, and to be fair, it kind of is, but also, my practice time on this one was almost 20 minutes somehow. I'm almost twice as fast right now. I'm not sure how it took that long in retrospect. You must go somewhere right here then. Yeah, there we go. A toucan. Artist unknown. God, toucans are so cool. Look at that friggin' beak. Isn't that the coolest dang beak you've ever seen? Actually, maybe it's not, depending on your personal preference. There's some pretty cool beaks out there. Shoebills got really cool beaks. Pelicans got cool beaks. Also kestrels. Kestrels have cool beaks too. Not that I'm biased or anything. No bias at all. Anyway, we're done with Mexico City.
The Sky Chief's daughter didn't know that she had been tricked by Raven, but many months later she gave birth to a beautiful baby boy who was actually Raven in disguise. As soon as he could crawl around the floor of their longhouse, the baby began looking for the place where the old man was keeping the golden ball that was the sun. Find the piece with the Sky Chief's grandson.
3 cities to go.